Hello, my name is Stephen Hatzige. I am a student at Youngstown State University, currently studying communication, specifically communication theory. I come to you live from my daughter's bedroom. Today I want to speak to you about mindfulness. To be mindful, we should think of things in more mindful ways, consider different perspectives, and take in new information that helps us see things more completely. Unfortunately, in our society, mindlessness runs rampant, and it's time for us as a people to make a change. Mindfulness is lacking. We need to teach people the importance of mindfulness and critical thinking. Mindfulness is important in everyday activities, speaking with family, in the workplace, whether you're a leader or an everyday worker, we want to have more meaningful interactions. And in interactions out in the world, shopping, eating out, running errands. Mindfulness is also important when reading about current social events, discussing cultural differences, and placing your vote. In our Web 2.0 lives, we have developed a 2-minute attention span. We listen, believe whatever is said in that 2 minutes to be true, and move on. There's no critical thinking, there's no research, and there's no mindfulness. We look past cultural differences and expect everyone to act and think the same. People are different. That should be celebrated. Be mindful of differences, not judging books by their covers or by the one stupid thing they did 10 years ago. We are not defined by our mistakes. And in our elections, people vote based on feelings, not on content. For example, vote for Biden because Trump is rude and Biden is kind. Vote for Trump because Biden speaks like a politician and Trump is real and honest. We need to look into policies and track records, not about how they make us feel. We are made to feel a certain way by how our media portrays a specific person, and then we mindlessly place our vote. So let's talk more about what mindfulness is. It is choosing to be more aware of oneself, others, and context. Focus on active and empathetic listening, eye contact, nodding to show understanding, waiting to speak, then speak to respond, not to rebuttal. Understand thoughts, feelings, and implications. We are trapped by what we have learned. We have predisposed thoughts based on beliefs we have learned, which causes biases that make us not want to see others' views. We then react automatically without thinking, which causes a greater divide and reduces understanding. We need to increase discrimination. I know that sounds crazy. Discrimination is a bad word in our society. But we need to recognize that there is more to each of us than meets the eye. We are different, and that is okay. Simply put, mindfulness is to improve how we think. Do we to do so, we need a better understanding of perspective taking, to be more open to new information, changing context by intentionally changing things up to be more alert and more aware. Reframing by considering things in a new way. For example, we're so quick to accuse someone of racism instead of reframing our thoughts to understand someone's point of view or context in which it was said. Also important to ask questions. Before jumping to conclusions, let's ask questions for clarity and understanding. And focus on the process of how and why things happen, not just the outcome. For example, the death of George Floyd. Although a hard topic to discuss, it's important to discuss it. And I'm not speaking of the trial, we're speaking of when the incident occurred. The media only portrayed it as white cop kills black man. The outcome. Nothing to say of the process. What happened to lead to his death? The process doesn't get ratings. The outcome does. This is a roadmap for improving mindfulness. We can look at a man named Julian Treasure's RASA method, RASA. Receive, appreciate, summarize, and ask. Receive with an open mind. Be open to other people's ideas and thoughts. Appreciate their perspective. Summarize what the information they're giving you to show that you understand. And ask questions to better understand. People appreciate having questions asked. We now know how to be more mindful. Let's talk about why it's important. Better yourself through knowledge and connections. By being more mindful and giving folks the proper attention, you are gaining knowledge and you're gaining connections. People want to connect to a good active listener. This allows for you to find more opportunity. Build confidence and self-esteem in yourself and in others. Having a better understanding of people and their beliefs, you will have more of an ability to speak on it. By giving others the opportunity to share and be open, you allow their confidence to grow. As Jim Quick, the author of Limitless, points out, critical thinking is our ability to analyze information objectively while evaluating all relevant information in order to reach a decision, judgment, or conclusion. Understanding this will help build relationships. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Do people confide in me? Do people come to me for advice? And am I able to recognize other people's viewpoints? Self-evaluation is the best way to know if you are a competent active listener. By being an active listener and being mindful, people will be more confident and have higher self-esteem because they know they're listened to, understood, and appreciated. In turn, they will be more actively listening and be more mindful of others. This causes a chain reaction of good in the world. Practicing mindfulness in our interactions is important, but is equally important in how we take in information. Are we following what is popular and falling for clickbait, or are we doing in our own research and having a better understanding of things? We need to detach from the subjective world and gain understanding of the objective observer. As Jay Shetty says in his book, Think Like a Monk, only by detaching can we truly gain control of the mind. We need to detach from what has been instilled in our beliefs and be open to understanding. Seeing others' viewpoints will allow joy in our lives and allow us to make informed decisions. It is time to celebrate differences instead of canceling them. We now have a clear understanding of the importance of mindfulness. It is important to understand our biases, to increase our discrimination, see others' perspectives, and apply the Rasa method to improve our interactions. Mindfulness can bridge the great divide in our society. If we focus on ourselves to become better listeners, we can together form progress. To review, it is important to understand the difference between mindlessness and mindfulness. Learn how to be mindful and to apply it in your everyday interactions. Apply critical thinking to better analyze information objectively. Detach from the subjective world and gain the perspective of the objective thinker. And finally, through mindfulness, help bridge the gap in our society. Like a zombie apocalypse, mindlessness is spreading like the walking dead. We must focus, one interaction at a time, at improving our communication to live in harmony and understanding. Thank you.